You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So here is the flat felt stitch. Like I explained before, the seams were folded up. See that the stitching is on the actual shirt, not on the sleeve. And then it is clean on the inside. See? Okay. That is going to happen the same on the side. This one is not complete for some reason, right? It needs to go all the way up to the bottom of the sleeve. See that? Something happened here. Trauma. Okay? So let's do the hem. So you're gonna turn it upside down. And remember we did 5/8 of an inch? So you're gonna fold it 1/4 and you're gonna fold it another 1/4. And you're gonna stitch right here on the edge. Make sure that is 1/4 because in some of your dresses you did it a lot more, even though you didn't do the hem for that. We do 1/4 and 1/4 is 1/2 inch, but we do 5/8 because that 1/8 is for the thickness of the fabric. But this finished should look 1/4. Now, keep in mind that this has slightly curved. So this is going to be slightly challenging as you go along. So if you guys want to go and press it before you come to the sewing machine, do it. I think it's a great idea. Okay? But you're gonna need to press it anyway. Reverse at the beginning, do all the way to the other end, and reverse at the end. So that's the hem. We're done. Now, for your cuffs, huh? Do it again?
She said sew it. Sew it. Sew it. Sew a little bit.
No. It's all on her.
No,
I will never sew her shirt. I don't want anybody to blame me for her preferences for somebody.
Well, who said that?
Sorry.
No one said that.
Nobody would ever
No
say
one
that.
said that. We wouldn't even critique it. We
Okay.
didn't say anything. I would forget it.
You will forget it?
I'll figure out a way.
By
Okay.
the time we do her, we'll all forgot.
Okay. No.
That's not her shirt.
Okay.
That's not her shirt.
So your cuffs need to be fused. Okay? These are not fused yet, but your cuff has to be fused. So you're going to get your cuff and you're going to pin it, leaving 1/2 inch seam allowance. Okay? I'm going to pin it pretending that it's sewn, even though it has a big old butterfly on it. Just so I can show you how the ends are going to go. Okay? So here is going to be 1/2, and you're going to continue. This butterfly wants to fly away. Okay, so we're going to pin it, and then see how it goes all the way to the end. See that she left the notch that I did on the pattern? The notch fits exactly where the placket goes, and you have that 1/2 inch. Look at how beautiful, right? This is how patterns need to be made. If by any chance, like in her case, this is too big, undo the holding stitch and make your pleat a little deeper, okay? Don't rip it apart, don't cut a new cuff. Don't just fold it and create another pleat, okay? Just take the holding stitch out and make the pleat a little deeper. That will be absolutely fine. So let's go until the end. Remember that since this is not fused, you can't really see it, but you're gonna be having the fusible on the outside because you do right sides together. Are we okay?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to press the cuff going up with the seam allowances going up. Okay? We're gonna fold it in 1/2. See that we have that extra 1/2 inch seam allowance? And we're gonna fold it on the opposite side. Okay? See that? This one is up on this side, this is up on this side. And you're gonna stitch it exactly on the edge, straight all the way to the top, beginning, reversing beginning and end. You can stitch it bigger than the cuff of the sleeve because then you're gonna have an extension. You can't do it smaller because then it actually will do a pleat, okay? So after this is stitched, you're gonna trim the corner diagonally and you're gonna turn it inside out. And you're gonna push that corner very beautifully like we did the collar. So notice that now the seam allowance is going up, and this seam allowance on the inside, you're gonna press it at 1/2 inch and place it exactly on that seam. See that? So here is stitched, and here you're going to do a top stitching. So pin it, make sure that it is on top of that that stitching line, pin it, but stitch it from the right side so you can see exactly where the seam is. And you're gonna do an edge stitch all the way around it, like the collar stand. Okay? That's it.